Everything you have told me has been a lie.
If Boyle gets his story out, it could be the end of Laura's career.
I need to hire you as my lawyer.
Was that the reason I was recruited?
Why do you want me to stay so bad?
If he can't be here to fight for them, then I'm gonna do it for him.
General Hospital latest update. Willow launches a shocking retaliation as Carly vows to take Michael's kids. Christina reels from Alexis' move to have her committed. Rick warns smug Ava she's not in control. Meanwhile, secrets, betrayals, and emotional showdowns explode across Port Charles. You won't believe what happens next. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers. Scared Willow retaliates, Christina blindsided, Rick warns smug Ava. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, April 14th, reveal that scared Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, will retaliate while Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, gets blindsided. Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, will also warn a smug Ava Jerome, Maura West. So let's talk about what's ahead in Port Charles. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, April 14th, reveal that scared Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, will retaliate while Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, gets blindsided. Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, will also warn a smug Ava Jerome, Maura West. So let's talk about what's ahead in Port Charles. For starters, Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, will ask Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, what she's found out about Kai Taylor's, Jens Austin Astrup surgery, so she'll remain concerned about him and will want to know everything she can about what he's signing up for. Although Portia feels like this procedure is a good option for Kai, Drew Kane's, Cameron Matheson involvement comes with questions about his motives. As a result, Trina will open up to Portia about her lingering fears on Monday's show. As for Willow, she'll be scared there's some truth to Carly Spencer's, Laura Wright prediction about taking the kids away. Drew has promised not to let that happen, but Willow will still share her worries with Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrous. Willow will ultimately make a huge choice on Monday's episode. So could she do an about-face on her decision to move in with Drew? Will this involve trying to get a restraining order against Carly or some other legal maneuver to block her instead? In Jack Brennan's, Chris McKenna's suite, Carly will drop the confident act and admit she might have just handed Michael Corinthos, last played by Chad Duell Children, over to Willow and Drew. Nevertheless, Brennan will give Carly some reassurance and help her with some strategies to fight whatever Willow might be cooking up with Drew's help. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, will quiz Laura Collins, Jeannie Francis, about whether somebody is pressuring her to come after him. Laura has no intention of being a backstabber, but she may admit all this drama with Ezra Boyle, Daniel Cosgrove, could get ugly. Sonny will also have concerns about the referendum that's coming up for the Esplanade's location, since this will really serve as a vote on the mob boss and his territory. At General Hospital, Rick will try to dial Ava's smug attitude down a notch. When it comes to this whole blackmail situation, Rick will warn that it may not be the done deal that Ava thinks it is. Although Ava will believe she's got Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, right where she wants her, Alexis just made a bold move that's going to change the game. At Diane Miller's, Carolyn Hennessy urging, Alexis told her to go ahead and file the papers to have Christina committed. That means Christina is about to be blindsided by Alexis' decision to force her into treatment. It'll be for Christina's own good, since it might be the only way to save her from prison, not to mention she genuinely needs professional help. Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, will add to Christina's guilt on Monday's episode by talking about the one good thing to come from her dad's accident. Perhaps Molly will be referring to her mended relationship with Christina now that they're acting like real sisters again. However, both Molly and Christina are in for a shock when they get updates on Alexis' paperwork to have Christina thrown in a mental institution. General Hospital spoilers say that news will shake things up in the coming episodes, so stay tuned. Today's next update, Carly vows to take Michael's children from Willow, and Diane convinces Alexis to take drastic measures regarding Christina. Today on General Hospital, Kai shares a big decision with Trina, Anna confronts Emma about her lies, and Joss learns more about her first mission. In Portia's office, she can see something is eating at Curtis and assumes it has to do with Drew. Curtis tells her about Drew and Sidwell pushing Laura to move the Esplanade, and Ezra is trying to cause dissension among the citizens over Laura's friendship with Sonny. Portia says Ezra is just Drew's puppet and wonders if there is no one's life that man won't ruin. Curtis notes that's why he's trying to keep Kai away from him. Portia asks how Kai factors in. Curtis brings up Kai's surgery. Portia investigated it, and it's an excellent option for him. Curtis is relieved because she can give an objective opinion on this and owes Drew nothing. Later, Portia summons Brad to her office. She asks him to find her every file, test, or screening he can on Drew Kane, including the Jake Doe files from when he arrived 10 years back. Brad says this isn't his job, so Portia suggests he could find a new job far away from his precious Lucas. Brad says he'll do it and leaves. Carly lashes out at Willow. At Drew's, Willow and Drew tell Carly that Nina is distracting the kids, so say what she has to and leave. Carly yells if Michael can't be here to fight for his kids, then she'll do it for him. Willow says these are her children and her decision. Carly points out child. Wiley isn't biologically hers, and Michael gave him to her, thinking she'd be a good mom. He wasn't expecting her to cheat on him and destroy their family. Willow cries that is the most horrible thing she's ever said to her. Carly tells Willow that getting involved with Michael's uncle is disgusting. Drew points out Carly has a list of family members she's been with. Willow tells Carly that she and Michael were having problems long before Drew entered the picture, and she won't apologize for falling in love with him. Drew is stunned to hear her say those words. Nina returns and says she's turned the movie volume up, but she can't do much more, so can they keep it down out here? Carly tells Nina that she missed the big announcement. Willow is in love with Drew. Carly argues that Willow doesn't know Drew. Nobody does, as he has several different personas. As they continue to fight, Nina is busy texting someone. Carly again claims she has to fight for Michael's children if he can't be here. Drew suggests her son hurry up and heal and get home so his mommy doesn't have to fight his battles for him. Kai's made his choice. At the surf lodge, Kai meets up with Trina and tells her that he's going to play football again because he's having the surgery. She thought he was waiting to hear her mom's advice. He says if there is the slightest chance he can play again, he needs to take it and not worry about others' opinions. Trina thinks this is a big decision and he's making it quickly. Kai wonders if she's worried about the surgery or that it's a gift from Drew. Trina is afraid he could get hurt again if he's able to play ball, but is also worried the surgery won't work. She admits she also doesn't trust Drew. Kai says if there is a chance he can play again, he has to take it. Even if it doesn't work, all he needs is her cheering him on and he'll be okay. She understands football is his life, so he needs to take this chance. She recalls she has to do something for Ava and runs off. Curtis shows up to pick up some takeout and runs into Kai. Kai tells Curtis he's decided to have the surgery. Curtis warns him to be careful with Drew. If Drew could betray his own family, what might he do to him? Trina, meanwhile, heads to see her mom at her office. She tells her that Kai's decided to proceed with the surgery without waiting to hear her opinion. Jason opens up to Sasha. In the Quartermaine kitchen, Sasha tells Jason she's going to move out of the Quartermaines, as she has to walk the walk and show she can do this on her own. Jason admits he was hoping she'd stay here. She asks why. Jason says underneath all the craziness here, the Quartermaines love and help each other. She asks if he believes that, why did she avoid them most of his life? Jason says he's grown. He's seen the family in a different way, especially after losing Sam. He also knows Danny loves living here and he likes being part of a big family. Jason admits having this baby living here would be nice for Monica since she can't have Michael's other kids around. Danny comes in and he's disappointed in the cake pops he made for Scout. They turned out awful, so Sasha offers to help him make new ones. Jason gets a 911 text from Nina asking him to get to Drew's, so he takes off, knowing Danny's in good hands. Carly makes Willow a promise. Back at Drew's, Carly can't believe Drew is blaming Michael for staying when he's in a hospital healing. Willow says she pushed for Michael to stay close, but Carly sent Michael to Germany. Carly says she can't believe she walked her down the aisle. If she knew then what she knows now, she would have dragged her far away from Michael. She finally sees it. Willow is exactly like Nellie. Nina tells Carly she's gone too far. Carly says Nellie might have been sick, but she at least loved Michael. Willow hisses that she is nothing like Nellie and she loved Michael too. Carly tells Willow she beat Nellie and she will beat her too. Willow tells Carly to shut up, and everyone knows her altruistic mother routine is as fake as she is. Carly goes to slap Willow, but Jason appears and stops Carly. Willow chuckles. Carly says she always thought Drew was the one in charge, but it's clear Willow is the master manipulator here. She sets herself up as a victim, and Drew comes in to play her hero over and over. She warns Willow that she's going to protect those kids for Michael's sake, and she's going to make sure Willow never sees them again. Carly and Jason depart, and Nina stands there giving Willow a look with tears in her eyes. Jason drags Carly off and lectures her that she's likely only made things worse. Anna gets the truth from Emma. Emma comes home to Anna, and her grandmother says they must talk. She says Emma won't have to violate her NDA, which she has the WSB to thank for. Anna had her sealed records unsealed and knows everything. The party she said she got kicked out of school for was a cover for what really got her expelled. She lists off the charges, which include breaking and entering, trespassing, and assault. Emma comes clean. The party was a distraction so she and her friends could break into a lab and rescue the animals the school was testing on. However, when they arrived, the situation with the animals was far worse than they thought. Security arrived, and it became chaos. A security guard grabbed her, and the crowbar she held to break into the lab accidentally hit him. She says the school didn't want the testing exposed, so they made her sign the NDA to avoid arrest. Anna says that the guard could have been seriously hurt or even killed. Emma knows, and she wishes things hadn't spiraled out of control. Anna says her choices let it spin out of control. Emma says this is why she didn't want her grandmother to know. Emma cries that when she was in jail, she only thought about how her grandma would be so disappointed in her. She loves her parents, but they think if you follow the rules, everything will work out. However, that's not true, and she wants to fight injustice. She feels she is more like her grandma, who taught her sometimes you have to step over the line for the better good. Anna says she believes she wants to do good, but she needs to know she's remorseful about what happened. Emma insists she is. If something had happened to that guard, well, she doesn't always sleep well at night. Anna has been there and agrees they are alike in many ways. However, she always has a fine-tuned plan, resources to count on, and the training to back up what she does. Emma understands. She wants to do better, and she'll do it Anna's way from now on. Anna tells her granddaughter that she loves her and to never forget it. She just wants her to be safer and smarter. They hug. Joss, PCU student, WSB agent. In the park, Vaughn tells Josh she needs to get close to Professor Dalton at PCU, and in this case, she's on a need-to-know basis. She asks what she needs to know. He says the WSB wants her enrolled in environmental physics, and her job is to get a spot as Dalton's research assistant. She says the semester has started, so how does she do that? He says she's resourceful and can figure it out. Plus, she's the only agent they've got to do this. Joss wonders if she was recruited only because she attends PCU. Vaughn says Jack Brennan is the best and saw something in her. That's why she's here. She says at least her first mission is something she knows, being a student. He says she's an agent posing as a student, and from here on out, her new life begins. Vaughn says after she gets the position, there will be further instructions. He also warns her this isn't like school. There is no makeup exams for failing this mission. Diane's advice shocks Alexis. At their office, Diane tells Alexis about her latest case and the antics in the courtroom. She soon sees something is wrong. Alexis tells Diane it's bad and she's going to need to hire her as her lawyer before she says more. They sign the necessary papers, and Alexis says she doesn't need a lawyer. This is about Christina. Alexis tells her all about Christina trying to kill Ava by cutting her brakes, which caused Rick and Liz's accident. Diane says Christina is facing 3 attempts of murder: Ava, Rick, and Liz. Alexis can't think of a way to defend her. Diane can and says she has to have Christina committed. Alexis cries she can't commit her daughter. Diane says that in the best-case scenario, they get the charges reduced and Kristen gets a minimum of 15 years. Alexis says they don't know she'll be charged and nobody is looking into this, but Diane says they both know these things always come out. This is Christina's best option. Alexis says she can't and Christina wouldn't go along with it. Diane says with all Kristen has been through this year, she doesn't have to agree. Alexis could commit her involuntarily. Alexis fears Christina will never forgive her, and Sonny won't go along with it. Diane says Sonny has had his own mental health struggles and he understands the law, and that you must think outside the box to protect those you love at times. This also sets Christina up for a great defense when the truth comes out and sets up Molly to forgive her sister. Diane says, more importantly, Christina needs help. She says there is a pattern here. Christina gets into trouble and Alexis cleans up her mess. It's not working, so it's time to take drastic action. Diane says she'll let her think about it, but Alexis tells her to do it. Draw up the papers. On the next General Hospital, Willow fears what Carly said was true, and Carly worries she handed Michael's kids over to Willow. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.